Hi, Toby. Do you have a nice day? I think so. Little tail was waggling a little bit. Gonna sleep some more? Yeah. Well, it was a fairly decent day. The trash guy came today. And when Ashley went to get Spencer this afternoon from school, I was bringing the trash cans in. And I decided to wash out the trash one. The recyclable one's fine and the grass clipping one's fine. So I took some detergent and stuff out to put inside and hose it down. There's a hose right at the beginning of the front end of the garage. So I had all that stuff in there. I was going to wash it out, so I put the hose onto the faucet because it was taken off. I turned it on, and the reason that it was off the faucet is because there's a great big slice. It'd been sitting in the sun for a long time, and it wore through, so water was shooting out. I have Gorilla Tape that I bought, so I taped it all up, but that didn't work so well. But I managed to get water in there and empty it out and let the sun dry it a little bit. So the hose is purple because Ashley's favorite color is purple. So I was looking online. It's a 25-foot long hose, and they have one on sale. So I'm going to look for a good one, and I'll replace it for her. The hose out front isn't used too much, but I mean, if you want to wash your car or maybe some whatever else you want to do, it'd be nice to have one that worked. So I'm going to do that. Whew. Let's see, I did that. And I had late breakfast, the very last of the poppy seed coffee cake thing, and a big omelet made with bean sprouts. Mung bean, like the kind you get in Chinese food. I learned that trick a long, long time ago, about 40 years ago, where you whip up the eggs as much as you can. You put your meat, bacon or ham or whatever, and the bean sprouts in the hot pan with the little butter, and then you pour the egg stuff over it. You can put cheese on there if you want, salt, pepper, and you wait till the bottom gets just a little solid, and you slide it off on a plate, turn the plate over, and do it the other side. Well, the lady I learned that from basically did hers in an iron skillet, so she could take the iron skillet and put it in the oven and the eggs would rise and all that. I don't have an oven and I don't have an iron skillet, so I did it the way I did it. It was really good, and I made the mistake of having a great big cup of coffee. I usually have tea, unless it's nighttime, then I'll have coffee, because coffee overstimulates that part of my brain that's supposed to keep you alert. It overstimulates it and it makes me want to sleep, which is exactly what happened. I fell asleep for 2 hours. Then I got up and I cleaned up the bathroom, organized and cleaned, and I started picking up things in the bedroom. So I'm getting to the point where I can give a whole, quote unquote, whole house tour. My friend John, Jay-Z Crazy, said he likes to see how people live. I do too. I don't know why. It's just like a curiosity of, how do people spend their time? How do they spend their money? It's like an anthropologist brain or something, you want to know what's going on. And so I'll be doing that. And also I was thinking today, oh God, she's thinking again. I knew I smelled something burning. There's a few people out here that have been putting up little tents with tables and selling stuff out the back of their pick-em-up trucks for, Trump flags and Trump t-shirts and things like that. Paraphernalia, Trump this and Trump that. I've been curious. When talking to my friend Terry from Iowa a couple weeks ago, we were asking each other why the people that are going to be crapped on the most, why are they the most for him? We don't seem to understand the mindset. So I thought about going to these various stands where people selling Trump stuff and just asking basic questions, not political ones. Basic questions like, what makes you happy? What in life is important to you? What do you look for in a happy life? And things like that. Just kind of like skirting the issue. Now, if they want to talk politics, we can talk politics a little, but I'm just going to tell them I'll have it typed up so they can see the questions. Maybe they won't want to be on camera. That's fine. I can take a picture of their wares while you hear their voice answer. But I thought I would interview some people and then maybe go over to Trader Joe's, where most of the people that shop there are liberal or Democrat or whatever. And maybe ask a couple different people the same questions. Ask someone older, ask someone younger. That, I think, would make very interesting information. But I just don't understand. Who was it? There was somebody that knows politics very well, and they were talking about... Oh, it was a German guy I talked to when I met Laura Kemp. He and I were talking, and he said... he's from Germany. He said, oh, that's a cult. It is definitely a cult. So he had, his own views, and people that I know in other countries have their own views of our politics, and a lot of them know what's going on that we are not told. I watched Naughty Nana Does, D-U-Z. Her name's Yvonne, and she's up in Canada. I watch her every day. She keeps up with all the news of this country. And she knows all the names, all the ins and outs and stuff, and I don't know that stuff, so I'll listen to see what she has to say. She's very non-biased about it, except for the fact that she was spent a lot of time in the service. She's retired military. So people that disrespect the aspect of standing up for your country in the military and all that, people that disrespect that, she doesn't think much about them. Like, like Trump dissing the people and not wanting to go to Normandy or see the people buried over there, the soldiers. To him, they were losers because they died. You can tell kind of what her leanings are when she tells you all these things. And I'm really glad she knows her shit. Because I feel safe hearing it from someone like that has a great interest in reporting stuff. I remember news seeming, maybe I was too young to know, seeming to be fairly non-biased. And things have escalated and changed so much since I was a kid and a teenager, etc., etc. There's a lot of things in life that haven't changed, and they probably never will. Even the writer H.G. Wells, Herbert George Wells, wrote in The Time Machine how the man goes back into the past, then he goes into the future, and he goes way into the future, where there's endless war. It's very dystopic, and he said mankind will never learn, and I think he's right. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not quite with everybody else. Like, not that I'm an alien or anything. It's just that there are people that are more inclined to that. Mankind sure can destroy stuff. I don't know. I don't understand it. Well, let's see how long I blithered. Oh, almost 10 minutes. Well, I'm going to let you go. And I'll be working on all that other stuff. Working on cleaning up and working on some questions to ask people. Working on my next Malcolm the Moose book. And I'm going to put a shelf, I think, like a window ledge. I'm going to put a little ledge up there so that I can put plants there. And the cat will want to be up there. And then I have to work on his cat tree or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have to work on that. There's always something to do. I'm never bored. If I get bored, I just fall asleep. Take care of yourself. Try to stay cool. It's bloody hot here. So it'll be cold before you know it. It's starting to cool down. Instead of 100-degree days, it's now 97. So upward and onward.